Welcome to the 217 Recovery Podcast.
If you don't make mistakes, you won't learn.
With your host, Corey Winfield.
You know, there was a reason why that didn't work out. And you can look back at it and go, yep, I'm glad that didn't work out how I wanted it, because I would have been horrible.
And co-host, Marney Winfield.
Fairly expensive membership to Gold Gym when I was in college, but I use that all the time.
It is Sunday, June 23rd. My name is Corey Winfield.
My name's Marney Winfield.
And this is the 217 Recovery Podcast, back from the North Studio. No, the home studio.
Right.
North Studio is at work. It's North. Right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm so confused. But yeah, we're actually back in the studio. It feels good. Everything has been rearranged. We were redoing the studio, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're here. You have baby in your lap.
I do.
He's busy right now.
He's joining us.
He probably will check in on the podcast.
Yes.
Today.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling? Is it good to be back in the studio?
It is. It looks nice.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So it looks kind of refreshened, kind of.
Got new acoustical panels or acoustic panels, whatever you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
And new paint on the wall, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
New decor.
A little bit.
Over in the Winfield Plex, which is right next to the office.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Smells okay.
Yeah, I got this purifier because this one of the things about coming down to the office. I'm going to be working from home a lot. Well, not a lot, but more often.
Mm-hmm. And
you walk down and we have 18 cats, right?
No, we have 2 who use the litter box down here.
Oh, it seems like there's 18. I swear there's another 16 hiding somewhere. But you walk down here, it doesn't matter if you just clean it or not, man. It just smells of litter. And I'm always thinking, like, how am I supposed to enjoy the Winfield Plex or my office? It stank down here, like doo-doos, cat doo-doo.
Mm-hmm.
So I got this, it's called a rabbit air. Like a rabbit that jumps around in your yard.
Mm-hmm.
Gets eaten by wolves and coyotes and stuff.
Or like a bunny rabbit. You can just say that.
An air, like what you breathe in.
Right.
Yeah. And they had some $1 million air purifiers. I did not get those. I got one that was medium, I guess you could say. And people said it works. So I got it. And it seems to be working okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on right now. You can't even hear it.
No, you can't at all.
So it's pretty nice. Speaking of hearing things, unfortunately, well, first of all, we had a Recovery Stories Message of Hope Part 3 last Thursday. We haven't done a podcast since then. It went pretty well.
It went really well.
I think all the speakers were great.
Mm-hmm.
The Recovery Story speakers were pretty good, and they all impressed me.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Yeah. Like
I had the bar, and I took it, and I set it super low because there was a person that last time it just didn't work. And so like my fear, like I had the bar low and my fear high. Mm-hmm. And they just came out and killed it. Roberta was great. Matt Rebecki was great. Corey Smoker was great. And Melissa from Petoskey was great. So it was good. Some of them, and I didn't really spend a lot of time with them to tell them how this is how it works. This is the story part. But it's okay. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. And our 2 Message of Hope speakers, Luke Legg and Tim C., they killed it. Mm-hmm. They did great. So overall, it was just an amazing event. Everybody ate free tacos.
Space turned out pretty good. We had enough seating for everyone, which was we were worried about.
Yeah, I counted, because the first one we did, we had like 90 people. And the second one we did, we had 140. The place holds 150. Mm-hmm. And we were at the Grand Traverse Event Center / Comedy Club. And we were like, well, kind of worried about it a little bit. But we had the taco truck outside, Sober Eats. And that made sitting at the tables a little easier. Mm-hmm. You didn't have a big plate of food in front of you. You didn't have to make room to get up and get more food and all that. So that was nice. Kevin from Sober Eats said he fed 150 and then opened it up for seconds.
Okay.
So I don't really know how many people were there. Like I said, like 132 is what I counted at one point of people inside, but there could have been people outside. I don't know, but it was okay, and there wasn't like there's a saying called nuts to butts. I think I've talked about that.
You have talked about it.
It wasn't nuts to butts in there. Mm-hmm. So that was good.
Yeah, they had it set up a little differently than they had the first two times, which I liked. And so, but overall, like you said, the speakers were amazing and really authentic, and everyone, I think, had a little bit of reservation and anxiety about it, because who doesn't? Even though we are a non-judgmental group of people,
we'd be judging the hell out of some people.
It's still just getting in front of a group, But yeah, they took it on, full force and did a great job. And it was really inspirational. It was wonderful. It was a great event. And the food was good. They always do a really good job. So, obviously, yes. Thank you, Mitchell.
Yeah, and Mitchell did great emceeing it.
He did.
And it was funny because, well, you know me, honey. We're married. We have a child. You know how I get. But I also like to see people take new challenges. And this was a chance for Mitch to get up there, and it was a new challenge for him. Mm-hmm. When I first brought Mitch and Justin and even Adam, when I brought him on, it's like, I want you guys to grow. I want you guys to push yourselves. So when after the second one, he was like, I want to be the MC in the third one. It's like, okay, cool. And he said he wasn't nervous, not at all. He was cool, calm, collected till he took that first step on the stage. And it was funny because, like, I could hear Shake voice. Mm-hmm. He gets up there and he's like, hi, everybody, welcome. And his voice starts shaking because the nerves. Mm-hmm. I've been there. I know exactly what he's going through. And it's the adrenaline. And he doesn't, sometimes people don't know how to harness it. And you really have to. You have to take it and you have to flip it and you have to make it yours. Mm-hmm. And you have to fire yourself up to go in there. I'm going to go up there and rock that shit. Otherwise, you're going to get up there and you're going to get the shake voice. And, and sometimes it happens because of emotions, and it can happen for many different reasons, but I kind of chuckled when he got up there and he started doing it. And then he's just like 90 miles an hour, like flying through it.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, come over here, get over here. Because he just was like, I feel awkward. I want to get off stage now. Like, that's what you think.
Yeah.
And you have to realize it's okay, but for his first time to do something like that, the balls that it takes to get up there to do that, that's pretty cool. And the fact that he's pushing himself and wanting to challenge himself, I think that's great.
And in the event in itself, I think, and why there's so many nerves around it on your end is because we don't really know how these people are going to do when they get up there.
Yeah.
Right. And nobody's professional speakers. Right. We didn't hire them. Right. We didn't look at their previous work and know what they can put out there. It's more just like, do they have a story to tell? That's what's the important part. And they were willing to do it, and, out of the goodness of their heart and on their own time. And, it's service work. It's spreading the message. And that's what that entire event is sending, this message of hope and sharing a little bit about your struggles and a little bit about what it is that, had them decide to turn things around and live this, take on this huge effort towards living a life in recovery. And it's a beautiful thing, but we need more people to tell those. And everybody's got a story. Everybody's got, and everybody's are different, but everybody's are the same. And it's just about having the courage to get up there and put it together. But there is this piece of putting it together, that in terms of like having the timing being right and kind of having the setup like it's a story, because you went through a pretty substantial training.
Yeah, 2 full days training the same story over and over and over and over and over and over.
Right. So it's not like it's, and these people haven't gone through that training.
No.
Well, one of them had, but
yeah.
So, they all did a great job, and the attendance was wonderful. And I think we always get really good reviews from the people that went to it. So we'll keep on doing that. We're doing them quarterly, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the plan.
Yeah, which puts us into kind of a bind because we'd have to either do it July, August, September. And if we do September, we like to do one in the next, because how we're funded is September ends the fiscal year. So that's it. So the new quarter begins in October. Well, if we want to do one in the next, 2025, 2024, 2025, first quarter, October, November, December, we don't want to do it in November or December because Christmas and Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. So that puts us in October. So do we have them back to back? I mean, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I guess there's always space for us to be flexible if it makes more sense to do it a certain way. I mean, fitting 4 into a year was what we kind of came up with originally, just to keep them consistent. But I think if it falls where it falls, and then just have it, have the timing make sense for the people that are going to attend it and for the putting it together in general and the funding. So we can revisit that and see what.
We'll see. I would like to, it'd be fun to get a bunch of people really good at this and actually film them in a cool location telling their story, kind of promote that, because and not talking about your whole story, but just like a story, and then kind of promote that and like go on tour.
Right.
That'd be fun, because if you get up there and you just tell your whole story, or if you record just a whole story on YouTube or something, people seen it. When you get there, what are you going to say? The same story again. But if you tell a little piece of it, like a little promo video, that could maybe entice people. It's kind of like a band. They release a single and they want you to hear it and they want you to like it, and then come see them live to catch the rest or buy the album. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm just thinking of something that would be fun to do for people in recovery.
Yeah.
Get Folgers. I've talked about this. Get Folgers to sponsor us or something. Maybe Higher Grounds in Traverse City. What's up?
Absolutely.
Oh, little man's making noises over there.
He is sleeping, but.
Well, back to the sounds that I was talking about. And I learned a lesson here, too. Next time we do it, we're going to have camera people. I'm going to have Justin stationed on a camera. I'm going to ask our buddy Jesse to be on another camera, and then I'm going to be on a camera. Because it's too much for me to run to each camera and turn it on. Doop, 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 doop. Because when you do that, sometimes you forget to hit record on one of the cameras.
Yeah.
Maybe the one with the microphones attached to it.
Maybe.
Sorry, Luke Leg.
But don't worry, we got it figured out.
Yeah.
We're still going to be able to.
It'll just not sound like the rest. And you only have 2 camera angles. But I'll still get it out there for you, buddy. Because Luke Leg did great, and I just feel so bad about that. But I just didn't come back around to turn it back on, fortunately.
It's every time we do it, we learn something.
Time.
We learn something, though. And it's about progress, not perfection. We're getting there, though.
Yeah. Our first one it went the smoothest, I think, which is kind of weird.
Well, this only was the third, so it's not like...
It went pretty smooth, though, but just...
It did.
Yeah.
I mean, timing was good. And decorations were great. Everything came in on time.
Mm-hmm. Had silent auction. Finally got rid of that Lions football.
Right. Yeah. I think that we could have promoted that a little bit. I don't think people really knew about that.
Obviously.
Yeah. But the donations turned out great. We did a lot of... we did better with the raffle this time, I think. It's coming together little by little every time.
Yeah.
A lot of return donors, which was nice for that piece. So, yeah.
It was nice. Nice to be done with it.
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess the nurse at the end is like, okay, let's move on.
And now it's just starting planning it again.
Yeah. And then somebody left us a message on Facebook and they're like, how come we didn't hear about this? I don't know. You should like us and follow us, listen to the podcast a little bit.
Yeah.
I think somebody even said that. Like, you should probably listen to their podcast, I guess.
Yeah.
But the next event is on the 20th of July. We're teaming up with our good friends at Addiction Treatment Services for a volleyball tournament.
That will be fun.
We're going to supply the food.
We're going to bring baby Parker's going to come.
Oh, Parker's coming to that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're going to put him in a little beach attire?
I am. I'm going to put him in a little beach attire, and I'm going to bring your little remote fan.
Yeah, it's probably going to be hot.
It's going to be hot.
I'll bring my drones.
I'm just going to bring him for a little bit. He did come set up this last event for a minute. He was there.
Didn't do much. He just slept.
He just slept.
Yeah, but it was nice to see him out and about, I guess.
Yeah. He got to meet some people. Well, they got to meet him. He wasn't really awake.
Oh.
Now he's like, I'm going to wake up and say hi.
Yeah, he's 4 weeks old now. He's getting so much bigger. It's crazy.
I know.
How big they get and how fast.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say that. Well, I'm going to say it. I don't want you to say, don't say that. I want him to be 2. 2 is the cutest little age.
I see. I know what you're saying. I mean, it's not like reciprocated attention is the thing right now.
I know. I feel like I'm failing him as a father.
You're not. He's just like, he has no clue. And you read all this stuff, like he kind of thinks he's still like he doesn't think he's still in the womb, but like he's not his own independent him yet. He's just like goes with the flow, you know?
No, he don't. No, Mama leaves. He starts crying.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I get him, he starts crying and shaking. Like he did his little meltdown earlier, and I was like, "Are you done?" I wrapped his ass up, swaddled him.
Yeah.
And then he just calmed down.
But then there's times like last night where I don't even have whatever it is that he needs. It's just he's just a baby, and he's gonna go through.
See, I missed that last night because I woke up about 12. It was about 12, maybe 12:30, something like that. And I had thrown up in my mouth because if I eat late or something, like it's horrible. It just comes back up. It's because my doctor said it's because I need to see a chiropractor. Yeah.
No, your doctor said that he thought you were stopped up. And
with the poop, yeah. But that's what makes me nauseous. But no, the other stuff and the hurting of like my side that's been hurting for 2 years and the pancreatitis stuff, all that. No, that's just because I got poop in there.
Scheduled?
Even though I had a colonoscopy and everything, but that's cool.
When do you have that scheduled for your chiropractor?
I don't know. But once I get that, I'll be all fixed and I won't have this GERD or whatever it's called. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because anyway, that's a whole nother topic.
Right.
Obviously.
But anyway, so I came downstairs because I was like, I have to get this puke out of my throat. So I eat some ice cream, it does it. And that's another thing because like if I am going to puke this up, I want it to be delicious.
Oh, Jesus.
So might as well eat little ice creams. And then I was sitting down there, like on our main floor of the mansion, the Winfield mansion, and I couldn't hear the TV. I had Ghost Adventures on, and I couldn't hear what the demons were saying to him. I was like, what? What? And I'm wondering if they're like doing it, if they don't do it in surround sound on purpose. I don't really know. So, damn it, I can't hear the demons. So I turned it off there, and then I took the elevator down to the Winfield Plex, and I watched Ghost Adventures there, maybe for, I don't know, 2 minutes before I crashed out. But I fell asleep sitting up. My neck was all hurting this morning.
Yeah, I woke up. I was up all night, and I'm like, well, apparently he's downstairs.
Yeah.
Decided to sleep down there.
And the light was, I woke up and it was light out like 5:30 or something. Then I came upstairs, maybe it was 6. I don't remember. It was somewhere around there. And I was like, oh, dang it. I'm going to be in trouble. Because my goal was just to watch Ghost Adventures and then hope that my food had traveled down far enough that I wouldn't be puking it up if I laid down. But not the case. And so I missed his.
Yeah, I was like, it'd be nice if Daddy was up here right now. Help out.
Well, at least I wasn't downstairs drinking.
This is true.
Oh, could you even imagine having a kid? Like, I don't know how you could.
And be drinking?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Like there's no way.
You have to be so attentive and like present that I couldn't even imagine.
That'd be tough. And I think that's why a lot of marriages are broken up. Well, obviously, right, Mitch?
Obviously.
Because because of substance use disorder and, people who are addicted to substances, and that becomes the number one thing in their life, not food, water, taking care of your child. And maybe with being a mom, it can be a little easier. I don't really know because I'm not a mom. But that instinct will kick in where like, nope, this is number one priority. But I know like there's other drugs that will just knock that right off the number one spot. But it would just be hell. And then like the regret you'd feel after that would be horrible too. Mm-hmm. But I think that if I was like, all right, honey, I'm going to the garage or I'm going to the office and just down here drinking. And I came up after you had been dealing with the baby all day and screaming and crying and diapers, and here I am down here just getting drunk.
Right. And
then you can't even ask me to watch them because I'm drunk. I'm like, no, I'm good. And you can smell the liquor on my breath. Give me back my child. You're not going to touch him. You're not going to hold him. I think that, having a child with, someone who has a substance use disorder or maybe coming in stoned or whatever, like you don't want to hand the baby off to him.
Right.
That could be a problem. I think that is another reason.
Yeah.
I'm thankful that I'm not in that mindset anymore. Feels good. It really, really does.
He's smiling right now.
He hears his daddy.
He just did a huge reflex grin. His Jesus smiles.
I brought him down here like one time for a quick second. But this might be the first time he's really been down here.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't seem to mind it.
No, he probably thinks it's really cool. We got cool lights going on. Yeah, he can't wait. He sees microphones. He's not going to think these microphones are cool.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, Daddy has them. Like, kids will come to my office. Or when kids are at the office, they'll come in my office and they'll see a microphone and stuff, and they'll just like lose their shit. They'll just come running up like, whoa, what is that? I want to talk to that. Mm-hmm. But I think for him, it's just going to be second nature. He's going to be like, yeah, microphone, what's up?
Yeah.
His friends will be over and be like, your dad's house is so cool. I mean, your mom and dad's house is so cool.
Yeah, you guys can probably hear him. He's just squirming around. Oh, uh-oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, anyway.
That's a little insight into our world.
He's going to wrap it up. Thanks, buddy. That's what he has to say, and he's telling nothing but fibs right now. Daddy did not do that. Mommy's going to do her magic trick with him. Now, they say if you ever have a child and they're like crying and stuff, you can, of course, look this up on Google for yourself. But if you take their little feeties, take their feet, and then like take the baby not facing you, put him against your chest, grab his little feet, kind of tuck him up, and then you take your right hand and kind of lean forward, or your left hand, however you're doing it. And so they're kind of like frogman, like baby, like that. Like it does work sometimes. It stops them from crying.
Yeah.
But just make sure your hand isn't like on their throat, because that'll choke them to death probably. But yeah, just put it right on their chest or their little shoulders.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's enough the podcast today. We figured we'd just do a little check-in and kind of recap the Recovery Stories event.
And there he is.
Dilapidated.
No, I'm not sure it's the word we're looking for, Justin. But well, thanks for listening, and we will have to do another episode some other time. But more episodes are online if you need some advice or want to hear some early stuff. They're all on the app. You can go back to 2019 if you want to. And you can get the app from any app store, or you can listen online too at 217recovery.com. Do you want to say something else, honey?
No, just want to say thanks, everybody, and I'm glad everybody can meet Parker via air.
All right. All right, talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. Listen to over 900 episodes on the 217 Recovery app. That's free in your app store or online at 217recovery.com.